you mentioned you lost some fights because of a lack of preparation before. I mean, what would be different this time?
Getting back to the basics. It's like in any sport. You got to come back to the basics and not just have an ego and just think you're going to mow everybody down and put that pressure and just knock somebody out. When I came up to 147 pounds, I had something to prove. Everybody's saying that I'm crazy. I'm too small for the weight class. So it went to my head thinking, hey, I gotta mow these guys down. I gotta show them I'm big enough to be here and bad enough to be here. And it's not a smart fight. My father would tell me things in the corner, and it'll go in one ear and out the other, and I would do what I want. And that comes down to lack of preparation. Mentally, just blocking stuff out and just going. Where you got to be smarter than that in the ring and use your head. So we went back to a lot of things we've been doing before in the ring, where what got me there. What got me to be able to get up to 147 pounds and wreck through different weight divisions. So, getting back and getting back to those basics and using your God-given abilities is what gets you there, to the show. And if you don't use them and throw them out the door, you go back to square one.
Yeah, at this point of your career, some people regard you as a little more of an opponent than a fighter with a big future in the sport. Are you aware of that, and what's your mindset?
Oh, most definitely. When they start calling you the gatekeeper, that makes it so, you're an opponent pretty much, for the guy to make that next step. So it comes down to, like I said, lack of preparation and not being 100% prepared like I should, listening and doing what I have to do in the gym and listening to my father in the ring, and what to do, and just that it comes down to that. And, but that being said, actions speak louder than words, and all I can do is just show the world, what I've been working on.
Robert, Figueroa is obviously a relentless guy who's always coming forward and everything. Can you kind of assess him as a fighter and maybe what some of his strengths and weaknesses are?
As far as Figueroa being a fighter, I mean, he's a very tough guy. Volume puncher, can take a good punch, puts tremendous amount of pressure. And, but there's a lot of flaw in his style. I mean, there's a lot of flaw you can capitalize on. But that being said, also, the type of style he brings, makes things very awkward for other guys. The way he switches and with the amount of pressure he puts and the volume of punches he puts out, it makes it tough for a fighter to adjust to that and really get on his game plan. He, like I said, he's a tough guy. He comes to fight, throws a lot of punches. He's very awkward. It's about putting your game plan together and, being smart and not letting yourself fall apart during the fight. I noticed a lot of fighters he's fought, with the amount of pressure and punches he throws and his awkwardness, they tend to fall apart, as they go through the fight, and then, they start to lose their game plan. And, you got to be really headstrong in there and be able to, stay on your game throughout the whole fight.
He's only fought at welterweight one time. It was a little over the welterweight limit. How much of an advantage do you feel that is for you?
You can say it's an advantage, or it depends how he steps in the ring. You can say you have the advantage because I've had more fights at 147 pounds, but then also you can say, hey, you know what? I've had some wars at 147 pounds. And, with him, coming from the lighter weights coming up, he's more fresh. He's had some time off. He's been training. So, hey, you know what? It all time will tell, how it's going to go down in the ring.